Deep inside the shining reaches of the galaxy, the human diplomatic ship Horizon Dawn glided through space like a silver arrow. Its mission was peaceful, but its importance was beyond measure. For the first time in history, humans were about to arrive at the world of Orlis, home of the Aurelian Empire, a civilization known for light-based technology, crystal cities, and breathtaking beauty. Inside the ship, Ambassador Leon Hart stood near the observation window. He was a calm and thoughtful man, chosen not for his rank or fame, but for his steady mind and respectful nature. He watched as the distant star grew brighter, illuminating the enormous planet below. Orlis looked like a world carved from gemstones. Entire continents sparkled as if they were alive with color. A voice echoed through the ship's speakers. "Ambassador Hart, we are entering the Aurelian Flight Corridor," said Commander Ruiz. "Please prepare for contact." Leon took a slow breath. This was a moment the human race had waited years for. The Aurelians were mysterious, elegant, and powerful. Many species admired them, yet very few had set foot on their world. Today, a human would be one of those few. The ship drifted toward a wide structure floating in orbit. It looked like a giant lotus made of glass. Blue light pulsed from its center, as if greeting them. A message appeared on their screens, an invitation in perfect English. "Welcome. Human representatives, Queen Cerelith awaits your arrival." Leon straightened his formal jacket, brushed invisible dust from his sleeves, and stepped toward the docking platform. The doors hissed open, letting in a soft wave of warm, glowing air. The scent was floral, but unfamiliar, like flowers that did not exist on Earth. 2 Aurelian guards waited for them. Their bodies were tall and slender, their skin shimmering like polished crystal under soft light. Their faces were gentle yet unreadable, as if carved by a master artist. Even the patterns on their armor seemed alive. One guard spoke, his voice musical. "Ambassador Leon Hart of Earth, Queen Cerelith invites you to the Radiant Palace. Please follow." Leon nodded politely. "Thank you for receiving us." The guards led him down a long corridor lined with floating lights. Each step he took caused the floor to glow briefly under his feet. Humans had created many advanced technologies, but nothing like this. Everything here felt elegant and graceful. As they walked, the guards remained silent. Leon used the quiet moment to observe his surroundings. Orlis was unlike any world he had visited. Every corner shone with colors that shifted softly, like the surface of water touched by sunlight. Even the air seemed to hum with gentle energy. Finally, they reached a large transport hall. A platform of pure crystal floated in the center. The guards guided Leon onto it, without any noise. The platform lifted and began to carry him downward toward the planet's surface. The view was astonishing. Below him stretched a vast city made of towers that twisted upward like frozen waves. Bridges of light connected the structures. Floating gardens sparkled with glowing plants. It was as if the entire city had been built to honor light itself. Leon could not help whispering, "Amazing." When the platform reached the ground level, another group of attendants awaited him. They escorted him through the main gates of the Radiant Palace, a structure so huge and beautiful that Leon had to stop walking for a moment. The palace looked like a mountain of crystal rising into the sky, glowing with colors that changed as clouds passed overhead. Inside, the halls were even more impressive. Tall pillars glowed from within, and the floor reflected everything like a giant mirror. A soft breeze carried a calming scent through the air. An attendant spoke with gentle authority. "The Queen will see you shortly. Please wait in the Hall of Reflections." Leon nodded. He walked into a wide hall where an enormous circular window opened toward the sky. Light from the sun passed through the window, creating patterns across the floor. The patterns moved as if alive. Leon was alone for only a moment before a new voice filled the hall. "Ambassador of Earth." Leon turned. The speaker was a tall Aurelian woman dressed in layered robes that sparkled like starlight. Her face was kind, her smile warm. "I am Mariloon, assistant to Queen Cerelith. It is an honor to welcome you." The Queen is pleased that humanity accepted her invitation. Leon bowed slightly. "We are grateful to be here. It is a great honor." Mariloon studied him with curious eyes. Humans have an unusual way of showing calmness. Most visitors from other species look overwhelmed when they enter our palace. Leon gave a small, polite smile. Our people believe that diplomacy is strongest when the heart remains steady. Mariloon looked impressed. Perhaps this is one reason the queen has taken interest in your kind. She motioned for him to follow. They walked through a set of giant doors that opened into a grand throne room. The room was enormous, with a ceiling so high it disappeared into sparkling mist. Colored beams of light stretched across the room like threads of silk. And at the far end, sitting on a throne shaped like a blooming crystal flower, was Queen Scifi. The queen's appearance was breathtaking, but not in a way that overwhelmed Leon. Instead, her presence felt serene and wise. Her skin shone like a soft pearl, and her eyes glowed like warm sunlight. Her robes flowed with gentle waves of color. She stood as Leon approached, her movements smooth like drifting light. "Welcome, Ambassador Leon, Heart of Earth," she said, her voice clear and melodic. "Your world has shown great courage and curiosity by accepting our open invitation." Leon bowed deeply. "Your Majesty, I'm honored to represent my people." The queen nodded with slow grace. "Your arrival marks a turning point in the relationship between our species. I hope this meeting leads to understanding, trust, and perhaps even friendship." Leon felt the weight of her words. This was more than a simple diplomatic visit. The queen was evaluating humanity, testing whether humans were worthy of becoming allies of one of the galaxy's most respected civilizations. Then the queen said something unexpected. "My daughter, Princess Lyriel, has expressed great interest in meeting a human. She has studied your species for many cycles and wishes to speak with you personally." Leon paused. "The princess requested me?" The queen nodded. "Yes, she sees your people as fascinating. Your passions, your emotions, your resilience, these qualities are rare. She wishes to greet you at once." Leon's mind raced. A personal invitation from the princess herself? This was not an ordinary event. High-ranking Aurelians rarely spoke directly with foreign ambassadors, let alone personally requested them. Mariloon stepped forward. "Please prepare yourself, Ambassador. The princess is unlike anyone you have met." The queen raised her hand gently. "Do not be alarmed. She is curious, not demanding, but she will expect sincerity." Leon gave a respectful nod. "I will speak honestly and with respect." The queen smiled, warm and approving. "Good. Honesty is valued in this palace." As Leon waited for the princess to arrive, he felt a quiet ripple move through the room. A soft glow filled the air, and gentle light patterns stretched toward the doorway. The princess was approaching, and with that, the first step of humanity's new journey had begun. The doors of the throne room glimmered and slowly opened. Light poured through, bouncing off the crystal walls, making the entire room shine like a living rainbow. Ambassador Leon Hart could feel his heart beating faster, though he kept his calm expression. He had been briefed on the Aurelian fascination with beauty, but nothing in his experience had prepared him for what he was about to see. Standing in the doorway was Princess Lyriel. She moved as though the floor beneath her was water, her every step graceful and deliberate. Her skin shimmered with soft hues of pink and gold, and her eyes glowed faintly like twin stars. Even her hair seemed to have a life of its own, floating gently as if underwater, catching the colored light in the room. For a moment, the entire court fell silent. The attendants, the guards, and even the queen paused. Lyriel's beauty was overwhelming, almost unreal, but Leon's face betrayed nothing. He simply bowed politely and waited for the princess to approach. The queen, Scifi, leaned slightly forward. Her voice carried warmth and curiosity. "Ambassador Hart, this is my daughter, Princess Lyriel. She has awaited your arrival for many cycles." Lyriel smiled softly. Her voice, when she spoke, was musical and calm. "Ambassador, I have heard much about humans," she said, stepping closer. "Your people are fascinating. I wanted to meet one of you to see for myself." Leon inclined his head respectfully. "It is an honor, Princess Lyriel. I am pleased to meet you." The princess studied him closely, her glowing eyes searching for some sign of admiration. "And what do you think of me?" she asked lightly. The question hung in the air. The queen raised an eyebrow, and even some of the attendants leaned in slightly. All eyes were on Leon. Leon considered carefully. He could have given the answer they expected, a polite, exaggerated compliment, but he did not. Instead, he chose honesty. You are remarkable. Your presence is radiant, and your people have clearly nurtured incredible skill and beauty. I admire that greatly. But your appearance, it is overwhelming to a human like me. It is hard to focus on anything else when faced with such brilliance. For a moment, there was complete silence. Then Lyriel's lips curved into a curious smile. The queen tilted her head slightly, clearly intrigued by the unusual answer. Overwhelming? The queen asked, her tone soft but filled with subtle curiosity. No human has ever said that before. Leon nodded. It is true, Your Majesty. Humans are accustomed to seeing imperfections. They help us connect, to feel familiar. When something is too perfect, it can intimidate. I mean this respectfully, of course. The princess laughed quietly, a sound like wind chimes in a gentle breeze. You are not like the others, she said. Most visitors would fawn or lose their composure. You remain calm. That is unusual and refreshing. Leon offered a small smile. I strive to understand before reacting. I believe that honesty and steadiness are the strongest forms of respect. Lyriel tilted her head. Intrigued, she stepped closer, letting the light glint across her delicate features. Humans are strange, she said thoughtfully. Your kind does not worship beauty in the same way as others. And yet, I feel something different from you. You notice me, but you do not idolize me. You respect me. The Queen Cerali's expression softened. That is why I asked him to meet you. My daughter wished to understand humans better. And now, it seems, she may have learned something unique about your species. Lyriel turned her glowing eyes fully on Leon. Tell me, Ambassador, what do humans admire most? She asked, her voice full of curiosity. Leon considered. Humans admire courage, honesty, and perseverance. Strength is not always physical. It can be in spirit and mind. When faced with difficulty, humans strive to continue. That is what we value most. Beauty is appreciated, but it is never the highest measure of worth. The princess nodded slowly, her gaze thoughtful. I see. Then, perhaps, your honesty is your beauty. Leon raised an eyebrow at her words but did not reply immediately. Instead, he studied the glowing patterns on the crystal walls, feeling the weight of the moment. This was the first personal, meaningful contact between humans and one of the galaxy's most magnificent species. One wrong move, and diplomacy could falter. But he trusted honesty more than flattery. Lyriel seemed to sense his confidence. She smiled and motioned toward a smaller side chamber, filled with soft-colored lights and floating crystal spheres. Come, Ambassador, let us walk and speak. I wish to learn about your world, your people, and your experiences. We have much time ahead, and little is more valuable than understanding. Leon followed, careful not to touch anything, though the floating spheres danced around them playfully. The princess moved with an effortless grace, and Leon tried to keep pace without seeming awkward. As they walked, Lyriel asked questions about Earth. Do all humans think and act alike? She asked. Do you all admire the same things? Leon shook his head. No, princess. Humans are varied. We are curious and sometimes stubborn. We differ in opinions, beliefs, and desires. But we share certain values, cooperation, compassion, and the desire to grow. Our species has survived because we care not only for ourselves, but also for those around us. The princess nodded, clearly impressed. So your strength lies not only in your individual abilities, but in your connections to others. Exactly, Leon said. We are stronger together than alone. Lyriel stopped near a floating waterfall made of refracted light. The colors shimmered around her like a living rainbow. And what do humans fear? She asked quietly. Leon paused. We fear loss, failure, and sometimes the unknown. But we also learn from fear. It teaches us to be careful, to plan, and to grow stronger. Unlike admiration, which can be superficial, fear demands attention and preparation. That is why humans respect difficulty and danger. We measure ourselves against it. The princess's gaze softened. Your words are honest and wise. I see now why the queen selected you to meet me. Most would only praise appearances. Leon smiled politely. I believe honesty shows respect. To lie, even in admiration, can seem hollow. Lyriel laughed lightly again, the sound mingling with the soft hum of the palace. You are unlike any being I have met. Your kind does not chase perfection, yet you understand it. You do not worship beauty, yet you see it. Perhaps this is what makes humans so intriguing. Leon glanced around at the glowing room, the crystals, and the light patterns. Your people have created beauty that surpasses imagination. But it is your values, princess, that truly make you admirable. Lyriel tilted her head, considering this. And yet, you still find me overwhelming. Yes, Leon admitted. And that is natural. To see something perfect can be both inspiring and intimidating. It is not a flaw, it is simply human perception. But I can appreciate it and respect it without losing myself. The princess's eyes shone brighter with a warm light. You are very different from what I expected. I thought humans would only offer awe and admiration. Instead, you offer understanding and honesty. That is rare, that is. Beautiful in a different way. Leon bowed slightly. Thank you, princess. That is very kind of you to say. The princess smiled, and for the first time, she stepped closer without the distant grace of royalty. Her movement was simple, human-like, yet still luminous. I think, perhaps humans have something our species lacks. We admire beauty so much that we sometimes forget the value of honesty, courage, and connection. Your presence reminds me that these things exist beyond appearances. Leon nodded slowly. Every species has its own strengths. Humanity's is persistence, curiosity, and the ability to unite. Perhaps this is why we can meet and learn from each other. Lyriel's expression brightened, as though a new understanding had formed. She looked toward the queen, who watched from a distance with quiet satisfaction. Ambassador, she said softly, I think this meeting may be the beginning of something very important. Leon's chest felt lighter. Despite the pressure, despite the awe-inspiring presence of the princess, he felt a sense of purpose. Humanity had arrived on Orlis not just as visitors, but as equals, capable of forming bonds that went beyond appearances. And in that moment, amidst the glowing light and floating crystals, both human and Aurelian realized that true admiration could exist in many forms, not only for beauty, but for courage, honesty, and understanding. After their initial meeting, Ambassador Leon Hart and Princess Lyriel walked through the glowing corridors of the radiant palace. Soft lights floated alongside them, illuminating the walls that shimmered with crystal patterns. Leon marveled at the design of the palace, but his mind remained alert. He had a feeling that the next meeting, with the queen alone, would reveal even more about the mysterious Aurelians. Princess Lyriel paused near a large window that looked over the city. Ambassador, she said, her voice calm and curious, you do not admire me the way I expected. Why? Leon looked at her, considering his words carefully. Princess, it is not that I do not admire you. You are extraordinary. But humans do not admire beauty in the same way your people do. We notice it, we appreciate it, but we measure worth differently. We admire courage, strength, honesty, and intelligence more than appearance. Lyriel tilted her head, studying him. Courage, honesty, intelligence. Yes, I see. But humans are emotional creatures. I thought all humans would be captivated by beauty immediately. Leon smiled politely. Many are, but some, like me, try to understand before reacting. Sometimes admiration can be overwhelming, and it can hide the true value of a being. That is why I remain calm. I respect you, princess, but not because of your appearance alone. Lyriel's eyes glimmered. Your honesty is unusual, refreshing even. Most beings would have gushed, but you see differently. Before Leon could respond, a herald appeared. Ambassador Hart, the herald said, Queen Sorelith requests your presence in the grand audience hall. Leon nodded. He took a deep breath, straightened his jacket, and followed the herald through the winding corridors. This time, the lights were brighter, more vibrant, and the air seemed heavier with expectation. Every step he took echoed slightly in the crystal hallways. Finally, he reached the grand audience hall, a massive chamber with a ceiling that disappeared into sparkling mist. Light flowed through enormous crystal pillars, forming patterns that danced like living flames. At the far end of the hall, Queen Scifi sat on her throne. Her presence was powerful yet serene, a combination of authority and calm wisdom. The queen's voice, smooth and commanding, filled the hall. "Ambassador Leon, Heart of Earth," she said, "you have met my daughter, Princess Lyriel. I hear that your reaction was not what we expected." Leon bowed respectfully. "Your Majesty," I spoke honestly and with respect. "Humans admire courage, honesty, and perseverance more than appearances. That is why I responded as I did." The queen studied him, her glowing eyes narrowing slightly. "Interesting. Most species would have expressed awe or spoken words of endless admiration. But you did not. You spoke honestly. Is this how all humans behave?" Leon shook his head. "No, Your Majesty. Some humans would have been overwhelmed, some awed, some nervous. But I tried to remain calm and respectful. I believe honesty is a form of respect." The queen leaned forward slightly. "Honesty, you say, and yet your species does not treat beauty the way we do. My daughter has never encountered such a response. It puzzles me. Tell me, why do humans not immediately adore what is beautiful?" Leon thought for a moment. "Because perfection can be intimidating. Humans connect through imperfection, through struggle. Beauty is admired, yes, but it is the choices a being makes, the courage it shows, the values it lives by that is what humans truly respect. Too much perfection can be difficult to process." Scifi's lips curved into a faint smile. "So your kind sees depth, not just surface. That is remarkable." Leon nodded. "Yes, Your Majesty. We appreciate what lies beneath. We respect actions and decisions more than appearances." The queen leaned back in her throne, her gaze thoughtful. "I see. So, what you are saying is that my daughter's beauty, radiant and perfect as it is, can be intimidating to humans?" "Yes, Your Majesty," Leon replied gently. "Not in a negative way, but in a way that commands careful observation. That is why I did not react with immediate awe. I wished to see her fully, not just as a beautiful being, but as a person." The queen's glowing eyes softened. "Fascinating. My daughter will be pleased to know this. She often wonders how humans see the world. Most species only focus on appearances, but you're kind. You look deeper." Leon bowed slightly. "We try to, Your Majesty. That is the best way to understand another being." The queen leaned forward again, studying him closely. "Ambassador, humanity is unusual. You do not admire beauty in the way we expect. You value qualities that are harder to see. And yet, you are not dismissive. You respect what you encounter. This is rare. It is why I asked you to meet my daughter personally." Leon felt a surge of understanding. This was not just about diplomacy. This was a lesson in perception. The Aurelians were testing humanity's depth. They wanted to see whether humans could truly perceive beyond appearances, beyond brilliance. Queen Scifi's voice softened, almost like a whisper that carried across the vast hall. "Tell me, Ambassador, how do humans measure a being's true worth?" Leon paused, choosing his words with care. "Humans measure worth by actions, by the courage shown in difficult moments, by honesty and the strength of character. Beauty may attract attention, but it does not define respect. Respect must be earned through deeds and integrity." The queen's eyes glimmered with interest. "And so, your reaction to Lyriel was honest. You admired her for what she is, not for how she appears. I see. Perhaps this is what makes humans valuable as allies. You do not focus only on outward perfection. You recognize essence." Leon felt a sense of calm pride. "Yes, Your Majesty. That is how humanity approaches understanding. We observe, learn, and respect the qualities that endure beyond the surface." The queen nodded slowly, as if absorbing every word. "It is rare to meet a species that values depth over spectacle. Most beings in this galaxy would have spoken endless praise, but true understanding is harder to find." Leon inclined his head. Indeed, Your Majesty. It is also why I hope that humans and Aurelians can learn from one another. We may be different, but that difference can create strength. Sorelius' expression softened, almost like a warm glow inside her. Perhaps the galaxy is changing, and it needs species that can see beyond appearances. That is why I watch humanity with interest. Your kind has potential beyond what is immediately visible. Perhaps even my daughter will learn from your honesty. At that moment, Princess Lyriel entered the hall quietly. Her light shimmered softly, more subdued than before, as if she respected the gravity of the conversation. She stood near her mother, watching carefully. Mother, Lyriel said, Ambassador Hart has shown me a truth I had not understood. Beauty is more than what is seen. It is also an honesty, courage, and the choices we make. Humans value things we sometimes overlook. The Queen's eyes glimmered. Yes, Lyriel, your father's court and many species praise the surface, but humans look deeper. That is why I asked him to meet you. And now, perhaps you understand why your presence, though radiant, does not automatically command their admiration. Lyriel's gaze turned to Leon. Ambassador, your calm and honest approach has taught me something important. My beauty is not the measure of who I am. Humans measure worth differently. That is enlightening. Leon smiled politely. I am glad it is helpful, Princess. Your presence is impressive, yes, but your strength, intelligence, and thoughtfulness are far more important. That is what humans admire most. The Queen leaned back, satisfied. It seems humanity is not only honest but perceptive. They see what truly matters, not just what is shown. That is why we must learn from them as well. The galaxy will benefit from this perspective. Leon felt a quiet pride. Humanity had been judged and found worthy not because of superficial admiration, but because of the ability to see essence, courage, and honesty. This was what HFY truly meant. Humanity's strength lay in qualities deeper than beauty or power. Princess Lyriel smiled softly, her glow warm. Ambassador, I look forward to learning more from your people. Perhaps we can see the galaxy not only with our eyes, but with understanding. Leon bowed again. It would be an honor, Princess. Humanity wishes to share knowledge, courage, and friendship with your kind. Together, we can face what the galaxy brings. Queen Sorelius' eyes sparkled like distant stars. Then let this meeting mark the beginning of understanding. Humans are different, yes, but that difference may be the key to a stronger future for all. The hall remained silent for a moment, the weight of the conversation settling in. Leon realized that this meeting was more than diplomacy. It was a bridge between two species, a recognition that strength and beauty could take many forms, and that human perception had its own unique power. As he left the grand audience hall, guided by attendants back to the palace corridors, Leon knew that the next steps would bring new challenges. But he also knew something important. Humanity's honesty, courage, and understanding had made an impression that would echo across the Aurelian Empire, and that, he thought quietly, was far more valuable than any praise for appearance. Days passed on the crystalline world of Orlis, and Ambassador Leon Hart continued his interactions with Princess Lyriel and the court. Every conversation revealed more about the Aurelians, their values, their history, and their extraordinary connection to light and energy. Yet Leon could sense that the Queen and her daughter were observing humanity in ways far beyond mere conversation. They wanted to see humans in action, not just in thought. The calm of the Radiant Palace was suddenly broken by a warning alarm that echoed through the corridors. Red light pulses accompanied a low, humming vibration in the floor. Leon, along with the palace attendants, rushed to the main observation chamber. Outside, the skies above Orlis were alive with a strange phenomenon. A massive energy storm had formed, a swirling cloud of bright particles and dark voids, moving rapidly toward the planet. It was unlike anything Leon had seen, even after years of space travel. Queen Sorelius appeared at the edge of the chamber, her face calm but tense. This is the ecliptic storm, a rare but powerful phenomenon. It drains energy from all life forms and technology in its path. If it reaches the core cities, it could cripple the planet's defenses and communication systems. Princess Lyriel stepped forward, her light dimmed slightly in concern. Mother, what can we do? The queen looked at Leon. Ambassador, your species is known for ingenuity and persistence. We require assistance to stabilize our systems. The storm cannot be fully controlled by Aurelian technology alone. Leon felt the weight of responsibility pressing on him. This was a moment where humans could demonstrate their value beyond diplomacy, beyond admiration or words. He nodded. Your Majesty, I will help. Please explain the systems you need me to work with. Mariloon, the Queen's assistant, guided Leon to a central console that controlled the city's energy shields. Waves of colored light reflected across the floor, each representing a different energy flow in the city. Aurelians had created a network that was powerful, but extremely complex. Tied closely to their unique physiology and perception of light, Leon studied the controls. At first glance, they seemed almost impossible for a human to operate, far different from any technology he had seen. Yet he relied on his training, logic, and intuition. He began tracing the flows of energy, noting patterns, and recognizing points where human intervention could stabilize the network. Ambassador, Mariloon said, you may need to work in tandem with Aurelians to synchronize the shields. Timing is crucial. One misalignment could cause overload. Leon nodded. I understand. We'll need precise coordination and focus across the chamber. Princess Lyriel and a group of engineers joined him, carefully watching his actions. Leon began giving clear instructions, dividing tasks efficiently. Engineer Team 1, focus on stabilizing the northern shield grid. Team 2, adjust the energy relays to the main tower. Princess, your guidance on light synchronization will help us integrate human input with Aurelian systems. The Aurelians hesitated at first, unsure of the humans' methods. But as Leon calmly explained each step, they began to follow his lead. His instructions were precise, clear, and adaptable, allowing them to act quickly and efficiently. Outside, the storm grew closer, its dark center pulsating as bolts of energy threatened to pierce the city's protective field. The shields flickered, signaling potential failure. Leon did not panic. He focused on the patterns, tracing the flow of energy in the shield network, identifying weak points, and rerouting power where necessary. Shift 20% of power from the southern sector to stabilize the northern barrier. He instructed. Now, synchronize the frequency on my Mark 3. 2, 1. Mark, a hum filled the chamber as the Aurelians followed his command. The shields pulsed with renewed strength, shining brighter than before. The storm's energy seemed to clash against the reinforced barriers, but failed to penetrate the city's defenses. Princess Lyriel's eyes widened. It worked. The city is holding, she exclaimed. Leon nodded but remained focused. Keep monitoring. The storm is unpredictable. We must maintain the energy flow until it passes. The queen observed silently, her expression unreadable at first. Then, slowly, her glowing eyes softened. She turned to Leon. Ambassador, your species is remarkable. While other beings might have panicked, you remained calm, analyzed the situation, and directed action with clarity and purpose. This is why humans are valued. Leon continued giving instructions, coordinating humans and Aurelians alike. Step by step, they guided the city through the storm, stabilizing energy nodes and repairing shields as the storm lashed at the crystal towers. The Aurelians began to understand that human strength was not in glowing skin, beauty, or perfection. It was in resilience, ingenuity, and leadership under pressure. Hours passed. The storm moved across the planet, losing intensity as it was channeled and absorbed by the reinforced shields. Finally, the hum of the energy fields returned to a calm, steady glow. The city lights shone brighter than before, reflecting on the crystalline walls like a million tiny suns. The queen finally spoke, her voice filled with warmth. Ambassador Leon Hart, your presence has saved this city. You have demonstrated qualities that are rare and powerful. Humans possess courage, calm under pressure, and the ability to act decisively in crisis. These traits are extraordinary. Leon bowed, feeling both relief and pride. Thank you, Your Majesty. I am grateful for your trust. Your people's knowledge and technology made this possible as well. Together, humans and Aurelians can achieve great things. Princess Lyriel stepped closer, her glow soft but bright with admiration. Ambassador, I see now why you responded the way you did during our first meeting. Humans do not admire outward beauty alone. They are measured in actions, in courage, and how they respond when it matters most. Today, I have seen your species at its finest. Leon smiled politely. I hope this experience helps both our peoples understand one another better. Humans respect not just appearances, but choices, perseverance, and the courage to act when it is needed. The Queen nodded. Indeed, this event will be remembered across the Empire. Humanity has shown its value not through words, not through admiration, but through action. This is the true meaning of respect and partnership. The storm outside gradually dissipated, leaving the sky over Orlus clear and calm once more. The city had survived, stronger than before, and Leon realized that this was more than a victory over natural forces. It was a demonstration of humanity's unique strength in the galaxy. Princess Lyriel's glow brightened. Ambassador, I will tell my people about what humans can do. Your calm, intelligence, and courage have changed the way we see your kind. You have taught me that true admiration comes from understanding and respect, not just appearances. Leon nodded. That is all any human can hope for. Understanding and respect build bonds stronger than fear or beauty ever could. The Queen finally rose from her throne, moving gracefully toward Leon. Ambassador, today you have proven humanity's value. The galaxy is full of powerful beings, but your species offers something rare. Not beauty, not perfection, but strength, resilience, and the ability to act wisely in moments of crisis. That is a gift worthy of respect. Leon bowed once more. Thank you, Your Majesty. It is an honor to serve, and I hope this is only the beginning of a lasting friendship between our species. Queen Soreli's eyes glimmered like sunlight on crystal. It will be, Ambassador. Today humanity has shown its true strength. And your daughter, Lyriel, I believe you now understand why he reacted as he did. Humans see the world differently, but they act when it matters most. Lyriel smiled, her glow radiant with newfound understanding. Yes, Mother, I see now. True strength is not always what we expect. Humans may not react with immediate awe, but they act with courage and wisdom. That is beautiful in its own way. Leon felt a sense of quiet pride. Humanity had arrived on Orlus not as a species seeking admiration, but as a partner capable of action, ingenuity, and strength. Today, humans had demonstrated what words alone could never convey. The Queen's voice echoed across the chamber one last time. Let this be a lesson to all. Beauty is powerful, but courage, intelligence, and perseverance are the forces that shape the galaxy. Humans have shown us this truth. Remember it well. Leon watched the Aurelians return to their duties, their expressions thoughtful, admiring, and curious. The city was safe, the storm had passed, and the bond between humans and Aurelians had grown stronger. He realized that this moment, this combination of trust, action, and understanding was the beginning of a lasting partnership, one that could change the course of the galaxy. And in that shining moment, as the crystal towers reflected the peaceful sky, Ambassador Leon Hart knew that humanity had truly proven its worth not through admiration, but through courage, calm, and the ability to act when it mattered most. The morning after the storm, Orlus was calm and bright. Light danced across the crystal towers, and the city glowed with renewed energy. Ambassador Leon Hart stood on a balcony overlooking the central plaza. The events of the previous day had changed everything. Humanity's presence on Orlus was no longer just diplomatic, it had proven to be vital. Princess Lyriel approached him, her glow gentle and steady. Ambassador, she said, I have thought much about what happened yesterday. You humans, you see things differently. You measure worth by actions, not appearances. I understand now why you responded as you did when we first met. Leon smiled politely. I hope it helped you see humanity more clearly. Princess, we do admire beauty, but our admiration is deeper than surface-level appearances. We value courage, honesty, and the choices beings make in critical moments. Lyriel nodded. I see now. My people have always valued beauty above all. But what I learned from you and your people, it is more important to recognize strength and wisdom. Leon gestured toward the city below. And your people have incredible skill, Princess. The storm could have destroyed everything, yet your technology, your light networks, combined with human ingenuity, saved the city. That is the true measure of cooperation. The princess's eyes shone warmly. Yes, together, we can achieve far more than alone. Humans, I admire your people, not just for your courage, but for your understanding, your willingness to act, and your calm in chaos. Leon bowed slightly. Thank you, Princess. It is an honor to be seen in that way. At that moment, Queen Sorelith appeared at the balcony, her robes shimmering in the morning light. Her presence was calm, majestic, yet filled with warmth. Ambassador Leon Hart, your actions have not only protected the city, but have changed how we view humanity. Your people have shown strength that surpasses words, courage beyond appearances, and understanding beyond expectations. Leon straightened, feeling the weight of her words. Your Majesty, it is humans' belief that true respect comes from deeds, not appearances. Your daughter, your people, have taught us as well. Working together has shown that cooperation between species is stronger than any single strength alone. The Queen's eyes glimmered. Indeed, and that is why I propose something extraordinary. Humanity has proven itself a worthy partner. I wish to form an official alliance with your world, a bond based on respect, trust, and shared wisdom. This will honor both our peoples and create a future where our strengths complement one another. Leon felt a surge of pride. This was more than diplomacy. This was a recognition of human capability, a trust that humans had earned through action and understanding. Your Majesty, Earth and humanity would be honored. We pledge cooperation, friendship, and mutual support. Together, our species can face the challenges of the galaxy. Princess Lyriel's eyes glimmered with excitement. Ambassador, may I say something? Of course, Princess, Leon replied. Lyriel smiled softly. I once thought my beauty would be the most admired aspect of my being. But after meeting you, I realize it is not appearances that matter. Humans see the essence of being as their courage, choices, and strength. That is more powerful than beauty alone. I respect your people for this, and I hope my people learn the same lesson. Leon inclined his head. That is a great honor, Princess. Understanding is the beginning of respect, and respect is the beginning of cooperation. The Queen gestured toward the city below, which sparkled under the morning light. Let this day mark the beginning of a new chapter. Humans have shown their true strength, and in doing so, they have changed how the Aurelians will see the galaxy. Your people have proven that actions define worth, not just appearances. And for that, you will be remembered. Leon looked down at the city, remembering the energy storm and the tense moments of coordination. It had been difficult, challenging, and exhausting, yet it had also been rewarding. Humanity's ability to remain calm, make quick decisions, and lead others had turned a potential disaster into triumph. Princess Lyriel stepped closer, her glowing form reflecting in the crystal balcony. Ambassador, I hope to visit your world someday. I wish to see how humans live, how your people think, and what makes your civilization so resilient. Leon smiled. We would welcome you warmly, Princess. You will see that humanity's strength lies not only in action, but also in curiosity, learning, and the desire to connect with others. Our world will be open to you and your people. The Queen nodded, her expression thoughtful. It is rare to find a species that values depth over spectacle. Your people have shown honesty, courage, and wisdom. They will not only be allies, but teachers as well. Humanity has shown what true strength looks like in the galaxy. Leon bowed slightly. Your Majesty, your words honor humanity. We will continue to earn your trust and demonstrate our commitment to cooperation and peace. Princess Lyriel's smile brightened. Ambassador, I have learned that admiration is not always obvious. True admiration is understanding, respect, and recognizing the choices that define a being. Humans see these things, and that is why you reacted differently at first. I understand now, and I respect you for it. Leon felt a quiet pride, knowing that this moment was more than symbolic. Humans had earned respect through honesty, action, and insight, true HFY qualities. Their worth had been recognized not for appearance, but for character, perseverance, and courage. The Queen stepped forward, her voice carrying through the balcony. Ambassador Leon Hart, let this alliance be a beacon to the galaxy. Let it show that humans and Aurelians, though different in appearance and culture, can learn from one another, act together, and create a stronger future. Leon looked at the city below, remembering the tension of the storm and the teamwork that had saved it. Yes, Your Majesty. Together, our peoples will face the galaxy with wisdom, courage, and respect. This is only the beginning. Princess Lyriel's glowing eyes reflected determination and excitement. Ambassador, humans have taught me that true strength is not measured by beauty or perfection, but by courage, intelligence, and the ability to act when it matters most. I will carry this lesson to my people. Leon nodded. And your people, Princess, have taught humans that cooperation and understanding across species can achieve what no single species can. This is the true value of friendship. The Queen smiled, a soft, radiant expression. Then let the record show. Today, humanity has earned a place of honor among the Aurelians. The lessons learned here will guide our actions in the galaxy. Humanity is no longer just admired for curiosity or potential. You are respected for your courage, insight, and steadfastness. Leon felt a warm sense of accomplishment. He had come to Orlis as an ambassador, unsure how humans would be received. Now, he realized that humanity had not only proven its worth, but had done so in a way that transcended appearances, beauty, and expectations. Princess Lyriel stepped closer, her glow softening to a calm radiance. Ambassador, your people inspire me. I hope to carry your lessons into every decision I make. Beauty is not everything. Strength, courage, and understanding matter more. And humans have shown me this in action. Leon smiled politely. That is very kind, Princess. Humans hope to share knowledge and friendship with your people for many cycles to come. We will continue to act with honesty, courage, and determination. The Queen looked toward both of them. Let today be remembered as the day humans earn not only friendship but respect. Let it mark the start of a lasting alliance where knowledge, courage, and understanding flow freely between our worlds. Leon nodded, feeling the importance of the moment. This was not a victory for one species, but a shared achievement. Together, humans and Aurelians had faced a challenge, acted with courage and wisdom, and learned the value of each other's perspective. Princess Lyriel smiled brightly. Ambassador, I hope one day to visit your world. I wish to see how humans live, how your people think, and how your civilization has thrived. I want to learn more from your kind. Leon bowed slightly. You will always be welcome, Princess. Earth and humanity will greet you with friendship and respect. Together, our worlds can learn, grow, and face any challenge. The Queen's voice echoed one last time across the balcony, carrying warmth and authority. Humans have shown their true strength. Let the galaxy see that courage, honesty, and understanding define worth more than appearances ever can. Let this alliance stand as proof of what cooperation and mutual respect can achieve. Leon looked at the glowing towers below, reflecting on the energy storm, the teamwork, and the trust earned. Humanity had not only survived a challenge, it had earned respect across the galaxy. And in that moment, he realized that true strength came not from beauty or perfection, but from courage, wisdom, and the willingness to act when it mattered most. Princess Lyriel looked at him, glowing softly in the morning light. Ambassador, humans are extraordinary. I now understand why you responded differently at first. Your kind sees essence over appearances. That is a lesson I will carry forever. Leon smiled, feeling a quiet pride. And your people have taught us the value of cooperation, wisdom, and innovation. Together, we can achieve great things. The city below gleamed under the bright light of Orlis, a symbol of survival, understanding, and the beginning of a partnership that would shape the future.